Yay! That's a good starter.
No. All right. Yeah. Here we are. Okay, so we're gonna be anonymous for as long as we can be.
Oh my god, that's so funny because I was just about to introduce myself out of habit.
Don't do it.
Just kidding.
No, I mean, no one will ever listen to this, but
on the off chance that, you know, many people,
we don't want hoes coming for us. Yeah, I think either way, like, anonymity, how do you say that word? When you want to be anonymous,
yes,
that won't last long if you upload something to the internet and people, like, actually find it or listen to it. Like, the likelihood of
detectives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, people are assholes. You know what I mean? So the likelihood of us being, like, doxxed, well, it's like 0 because no one will listen to this. But if in the case that ever happened, we're going to be, like, exposed at some point. But it doesn't matter because we're cute. And everyone will love us. But yeah, so we'll be anonymous for now. And so it's not a podcast. I wouldn't say that. It's just
shooting the shit.
We're just
talking about our fucking dumbass thoughts.
Yeah, we're just screaming into the void of the internet.
Uh-huh.
So
straight into the abyss.
I'm gonna go by Meta because we're gonna get real fucking meta here. We're calling it the Rabbit Hole Confessions. And
I'm Nickname,
and her name is Nickname. Nickname and Meta.
Yee.
Yee.
Sorry,
that's your last name. Nickname Yee.
Speaking of youth, I know we were supposed to go on a fucking thing, but I'm so embarrassed. I exited a Starbucks like a fucking person. Like, you know how, like, they do that scene and it's like, cool guys don't look at explosions, and you just fucking, you throw a fucking grenade and you just fucking leave?
Yeah.
I threw a yee in a Starbucks. Because
everyone's like,
yeah,
because they all fall over.
Because I saw my friend there, and then I was like, he said something to me. I don't know what it was. And then he said it while I was leaving. And it's one of those, like, you know, those typical lines of goodbye, but with an extra, you know, like, good send-off type thing.
Okay.
And I just was like, yee! And I left. I didn't even look back. I never looked back. I threw the yee and I didn't look back. And then I realized, like, I'm embarrassed. I just yeed really loud into a Starbucks.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So this is Nickname Yee.
Nickname Yee.
That's officially your last name. We've decided it.
All right.
And then I'm Meta because we're gonna get real meta. And yeah, it's called the Rabbit Hole Confessions. Well, I talk a lot, and I feel like I piss off my coworkers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you see this look in their eyes, like they've just...
When is she gonna shut the fuck up?
Yeah, they've just glazed over. But I, like, feel this need to, like, speak. Even though I have nothing important to say, yeah. I'm just, like, literally just shitting everywhere, like, out of my mouth. Like, I just... Yeah. So, my thing is that I just love to talk, and people get annoyed with me. And then I think your thing is more like the opposite of that.
I think I don't get to talk enough because I'm so used to being so held to, like, kept to myself because
introverted?
Yeah, because I don't know, like, I actually talked about this yesterday, and it's just, like, one of those things where it's, like, you don't know, like, I don't know, because you're just kind of afraid, like, or not afraid, but you're just kind of, like, don't know if someone's gonna click with you on that, and you don't want it to be that weird, like, all right, well, I've said too much. I'm gonna leave.
Oh yeah, I overshare.
Exactly.
Overshare.
So you're just like, I'd rather avoid the situation. I'll just keep to myself. No one needs to know these dumbass thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then, well, hold on. Before we go any further, I think that we should have our little clause of, like, if you're 12, you probably shouldn't listen to this.
I like how it's 12.
Or whatever, if you're 12, if you're any age except for 18.
You're a preteen.
If you're... Why are you discriminating against preteens?
Well, I'm just saying for preteen lower.
I think that should be 18. 18 plus. Please only listen if you're 18 or older, because we're going to talk about a lot of things, and
We don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, we never know where it's gonna go. We're very,
We just know we're gonna get fucking gross eventually and say dumbass shit.
Yeah, we're really problematic. We're probably gonna say a lot of things that are gonna piss people off, but I want everyone to know that I'm very rarely serious. Hey, shh. My dogs are growling. Great. I'm very rarely serious about anything I say. Like, almost everything I say, I'm, like, totally joking. I don't ever, like, mean things, so please don't come for me.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, nobody's listening to this, but just please don't come for me anyways, because I'm just joking, and we're gonna make very offensive jokes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, there's no way we're not gonna.
Yeah. Cool, dead air. But yeah, so yeah, we just wanted to kind of, well, because Nickname and I always have, like, deep, weird conversations anyways, and then, you know, we're kind of, like, a little narcissistic, because at the end of our conversations, we're always like, that's, like, interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, we talk about things that are, like, funny or interesting.
That a lot of people probably do think about, but they're, like, me in the sense of, like, they're, like, they don't want to let it out, and they fucking, like, try to, like, you know, hide it. But we know that there's a few of you who fucking think like that, but you're just like, you're just against being weird. You're like, I'm not that person. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think those weird things to myself.
So we always talk about things that we think are so interesting. And so then we're like, we need to record this. We're just a narcissist. And we're
like, we're fucking cool.
Well, because we are fucking cool. Hell yeah, we are. We're fucking almost 30. We're badass. No, but.
Ew, that, like, hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, oh, God.
I know, doesn't it hurt thinking about it? Ooh. Once you've reached, like, past 25, you're basically 30. But I don't know. I'm kind of actually looking forward to 30. I feel like by the time I'm 30, I might have my shit slightly together. Like, I might kind of know what I want to do, and, like, I don't know. I think people paint 30-year-olds in a bad light. Also, if you think about it, the majority of, like, all the stars, like, the big fucking, like, people who are just out there killing the game, Adam Levine, like big stars, they're all, like, in their 30s. Mm. Stop drinking water.
Dude, that's a fucking soundboard noise if I ever heard one.
My dog drinking water.
Fuck.
But yeah, so yeah, we just wanted to record it because, like, yeah, and at the end of the day, if nobody listens, if nobody cares, if everybody hates us, that's fine. And I know that when I'm, like, 40 or something, we'll have it. You know what I mean? Like, the internet is weird because it's like a stamp of time. You know, like, you go through your Instagram and you go back, like, 10 years and you look at it and you're like, bitch, what was I doing?
And then we can cringe over these.
Yeah,
and when we're older, we'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I'm gonna forget that I said anything I said, and I'm gonna, like, it's like, when I think about myself when I was, like, 15, I'm like, ooh, wow, bitch. I would have, like, if I met my 15-year-old self, I would
strangle.
Like, oh, yeah, I'd kill her. Like, such an unwoke little bitch. You know what I mean? Like, so awful. Just awful.
Would you rather kill that person, or would you rather you just inform yourself?
Would I rather kill myself?
Well, you're talking about killing your younger self, but would you rather do that, or would you just be like, listen here, bitch, like, and then just, like, lay down the rules?
Yeah, I think I would just lay down the rules. Or I would just say something vague, because the thing is that, like, people don't take advice. People only take advice when they're ready to hear it, and when it's, like, ready to be understood. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I've had friends tell me the same advice 15 times, but then randomly some fucking stranger at Starbucks will be like, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll just hit me, and I'll be like, whoa, you're right. And
you're like, man, that's fucking deep. I've never heard that before.
That's fucking profound as shit. But in real life, it's like, I've been told that. Yeah. I just wasn't ready to hear it. Yeah. So that's the thing is, like, I don't think I would give advice to my 15-year-old self. I would probably just, like, I would just say something vague. Something vague, like a seed that you plant in her head. Just like, you don't know everything. You know, it's just something like, you know, I would just tell her, like, you don't know, like, it, you know, I would just tell her, like, look at who you were last year this time, and now look at yourself. You see, like, how much you've changed. So take that and, like, times it by 10, and just know that you're going to be a very different person in 10 years, and that, like, you know, opinions and stuff are fleeting. It's like fleeting and like everything's changing and you're never going to be like the person that you are today forever. That's probably what I would say. But, how did we get to talk about this when I was 15? How I hated myself? Oh yeah, when I'm listening to this later, if I ever do, I'll be like 45 and I'll be listening to this and I'll just be like, wow, she's a dumb bitch, you know?
I think if I told myself, if I like could travel back in time and tell myself that shit, I think, knowing my dumbass self, I'd be like, who the fuck is this bitch? And like, you know? And then whatever's coming out of my mouth, I would just be like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Or man, that was weird. That was probably a fucking dream. Or I met this fucking crazy person who says she's from the future. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. For a moment, I zoned out and I forgot what we were talking about. And then I, like, looked at you and you're, like, putting your hands on your temples and you're like, I met someone from the future. And I'm like, oh, shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think I would listen to anything. And it's not a fact of not listening to advice you're ready for. I think I would just think that I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You'd
this
be like,
crazy bitch was coming up to me and telling me about all this shit, or she was giving me advice, but I don't even know her. She's just strange. Do you ever think that those crazy people who ever come up to you and say those things are actually people in the future?
No, because I've never had someone just, like, unsolicited just, like, walk up to me, like...
I've had that a couple times where they just, like, give me advice, but I've never really listened to it. I'm just thinking about it now and, like, because of what I just said.
I don't know. I've never had anyone do that. And if they did, I would be like...
The fuck?
Yeah, who are you?
Exactly.
Please leave me the fuck alone.
But now it makes me think of all the other times that that's happened to me and I just blew it off. But they really were people from the future and they're like...
My mom, she claims that when I was a baby, that we were blessed by, like, an angel. Like, I don't remember. So my mom used to run a ministry for, like, homeless. And I don't remember any of this. I have a lot of repressed memories. So I barely remember any of my childhood. I only remember, like, a couple years of it. But anyways, like, apparently, there used to be a ministry that we, like, lived in. And I was a baby, and I have a twin brother. And she said that some guy came in, and he was homeless, and she took care of him, blah, blah. And then, like, he, like, got food and he, like, walked up to my mom and she was, like, holding us, and she was, like, he just, like, said thank you, and that he, like, I guess he, like, prayed over us, and then, like, he kissed us on the foreheads or something, like, creepy homeless man.
That's weird. And so get your grimy ass mouth off my
and
fucking
he, like,
babies.
I guess he, like, left a mitten or, like, a jacket or something, like, he left some kind of article of something that he owned, and so, like, he left it, and he, like, went to leave to go, you know, sleep in his tent or whatever, and he, like, I don't know why you wouldn't just stay the night at the homeless shelter, because, like, that's where you should be. But anyways, he, like, left, and I guess my mom realized he, like, left something, and she, like, chased him out the door, and he was just gone. But then, like, there was to her, she says, there was, like, no realistic way in which he could have been gone that quickly. Like, there was no corner that he could have turned, or, like, anything, like, he was just gone. And so she, like, claims that he was an angel, guardian angel, like, she also claims that she's seen Bigfoot and a pterodactyl.
Okay, so, see, I was like, oh, okay, maybe those things happen, and then you followed up with Bigfoot and pterodactyl, and then I was like, never mind.
I'm really intrigued by the pterodactyl story.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, but also, like, when you said pterodactyl, I heard a pterodactyl noise in my head because I do that. Like,
I love that
every day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because I watched something the other day. It might have been on YouTube or something. But it's, like, a thing that's, like, talking about, like, how pterodactyl sightings have happened. Like, people have seen pterodactyls in the last, like, 100, 200 years. And, like, a lot of times there's, like, mass sightings. Like, the one that my mom was involved in.
Mass sightings?
Yeah, where there's, like, a lot of people that have seen it all at once.
Oh,
at
that's
the same time and date. My mom claims that it was, like, I think it was, like, 1990 or something. I don't think I was born yet. And my eldest brother, who I think I'm 26, I think he's like 32, 33. Mm-hmm. So I think Excuse me.
I'm talking
about fucking pterodactyls, not dogs. Fuck off. He was in a stroller, and my mom was at Disneyland, and like, so she was pushing him around, and they like over like 100 people claim that a fucking pterodactyl just flew over them, and like just flew over Disneyland and just like left, and it was just like out of sight, but that it was huge, and yeah, so. And I think she, at one point in my life, had even shown me, like, a newspaper clipping that she, like, She collected it, like, a week after. Like, they had posted it saying, like, over, like, 100 people said that they saw a fucking pterodactyl at Disneyland. And I think my brother even remembers it, too. But he, like, you know, he's a nerd, so he's like, it wasn't a pterodactyl, it was a pterodon. And, you know, but yeah, like, it's crazy. There's actually, like, there's fucking conspiracy theories and shit. Like, people still seeing, like, pterodactyls.
But can you do a psychological test on them to make sure that they actually really did see it? Because I feel like some people are bandwagoners and they're like, yeah I saw it.
That's a good point.
But they didn't. They're
My
just,
mom
like,
claims, like, she swears up and down. And then the Bigfoot thing was, like, which, like, I've been to that forest that she's, like, claims to have seen it, and low-key I'm like, yeah, there's definitely Bigfoot living here. Like, I didn't see a Bigfoot, but, like, bitch, there's it's a spooky fucking forest. It's called cool
sick
bodily
birth.
functions, love it. It's called Skunk Hollow, and it's, like, up in Northern California by McLeod, which is, like, this little town underneath, like, it's, like, 8 or 10 miles from the base of Mount Shasta. And so it's, like, called Skunk Hollow, and it's, like, this campsite that we used to, well, my mom told me that we were, like, camping, but no, we lived there, because my stepdad, like, sold all the, like, used all the rent money for drugs, and, like, we, like, lost the house, but we had an RV. So she's like, yeah, we're camping, you know, and, like, we were actually, like, living there, low-key. But anyways, I, like, spent a lot of summers as a kid up there in that campground, and I really liked it. But my mom also, so it's, like, cute, because her mom took her to Skunk Hollow when she was a kid. So in that same exact fucking forest, she, like, claims, like, one time she actually took me out, like, she, like, remembers it, like, from when she was a girl. She, like, took me out to the exact area and, like, showed me and, like, pointed out where the Disneyland he was standing.
Thing wasn't, oh, wait.
This is the Bigfoot
thing.
Yeah, so she, like, pointed to, like, where he was standing and, like, explained the whole, like, thing. And I guess her mom and her dad were back at, like, their car at the campsite just listening to the radio or whatever, and the radio had come on and said that, like, there had been reported Bigfoot sightings in that area that same day that she, like, claims to have seen it. And then, so I've been to that forest, like I said. And there's, like, this one portion where, have you ever seen, like, in creepy movies where, like, the trees are black, like, the way the lighting is like, the trees are completely shadowed, but there's, like, the sun is behind it. Yeah. So there's, like, beams of light coming in. Yeah. I remember I went into this, like, forested area, and, it was, like, dark and creepy, and I stepped into, like, a dark hallway, basically, of, like, trees, and there was all this light coming through, and, like, far off in the distance, I could see something, like, blocking the light. So, yeah, I saw Bigfoot. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I actually saw Bigfoot, but I could understand how you could. So, yeah. So, how did we get on that? That I was blessed as a child. Oh, because you were saying, like, what if the people that walk up and give you advice are from the future? We'll give advice on this recording thing. Podcast. We'll just call it a podcast.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we will probably give advice, but I don't think anyone will listen to it because nobody does anyways. Also, nobody will ever listen to this because it's gay. I'm just kidding. I'm gay. We love the gays. But yeah. So okay. Anyways, we'll talk about what we're gonna talk. Well, let's see. We'll talk about what we're gonna talk about. So let's explain our friendship. We just went on this big tangent. Also, I have to tell you, one time I think I saw a UFO, but I'll tell you about that in a little while.
Yo, same, actually.
Okay, we'll share UFO stories. Does anyone have a pen Marcy, assistant, somebody, hello. We need a pen over here. I want to like write that down so we don't forget to talk about that, because I'm sure that that's interesting to nobody. Hold on, let me rummage through my little purse. Little ASMR for you,
But just put it down as supernatural things that have happened to us, because I have a few.
Oh, like ghosties and stuff like that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought about it.
Paranormal, and that sounds like a fucking like a birth control. That sounds like a uterine device or something. Paranatural. Okay, yeah, so it's called The Rabbit Hole Confessions, and that is because, how did we come up with that? Oh,
wait, I thought we were doing,
well,
I mean, I guess you could start
yeah,
there.
well, so, a couple of years ago, Nickname's mom told her that she couldn't have a bunny, and I said, fuck that. So we went to a feed store, and we bought you a bunny, and so she has a bunny. She also has a bunny tattoo. We're both currently wearing bunny slippers.
Oh my god, how fitting! That's what you were talking about.
That's what I was telling you earlier.
Bitch, that went over my head. I was like, yes, comfy. I wasn't even thinking about the bunnies. Holy fuck!
I went to go get, because I saw her wearing her bunny slippers, so I went to go get mine that she got me for Christmas last year, and I was like, hey, this is perfect. It's like our first like episode or whatever, and we're gonna be wearing bunnies, and she like kind of just like looked at me like dead-eyed and she's like, oh yeah, but now
I was like, yeah, comfortable.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
And so she has a bunny tattoo. We have bunny slippers. I don't necessarily have bunnies. I don't have an aversion to bunnies. I don't dislike bunnies, and we kind of, there's like that whole saying of you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. You question everything, and I don't know.
Yeah, we tend to do that a lot. Like where you, we have like weird word associations. Like, okay, the other day, my boss was ordering a tow truck for his son's car who broke down, and he's on the phone and he's like, yeah, I'd like to order a tow. And I keep imagining that he's
just
calling
a big ass tow.
morgue, and that he's calling a morgue, and he's trying to order like a large masculine toe off of a cadaver. I'm imagining that this man is ordering a toe.
Of a cadaver or anything.
So yeah, it's like word associations. Like people say a word, and if there's a synonym for that word, that's like it's the same word but it means something else, or it's like the beginning of a word. I don't know how to explain that.
I don't know. It kind of strings off the same idea of puns. Like you say something and then you just kind of spin off of it.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
So it's like my brain's constantly like that, and so is yours. And that's the thing. Is like it's kind of rare to find.
And it's not even just words specifically. It's situational.
Yeah.
It's like different situations or things that happen, and then you kind of just veer off. I think a lot of it has to do with our curiosity of like trying to understand everything.
Yeah, and sometimes my brain just goes a little bit slow in processing things. Like people will explain something to me,
it down.
And I really, really have to like think about it, even though it's something so simple. But my brain just doesn't want to like connect the dots quickly, so I have to think about it. So yeah, like word associations, like puns, kind of like our brains kind of tailspin. Like we hear something and we like think about a situation and then we think about that
really
situation.
Fucking think about it.
Yeah. So we just found that common ground between us. Yeah. That we both think that way. And I think a lot of people think that way, but nobody says it out loud because it would be fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like we feel good in the way that we can always say that kind of stuff to each other, and like we don't like you never find it weird. I went into a tailspin about how gay male sex works the other day. I was trying to figure it out because I'd never watched it. So I just didn't understand. I'm like, do you move the balls to the left? Like where anyways, and I was telling her about this tailspin and she was she's very informative. And like
docking.
Yeah, he taught me about docking. And I Googled it later. And I loved it.
And I loved it.
And yeah, and so like she's not judgmental about any of that type of thing. Like, I don't know. You just want to go on a tailspin sometimes, and it's nice to have somebody that's willing to
go down there with you, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't, or they just don't understand, and they're kind of like, they judge you, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're either weird, or you're like, you're immature, or you have too much time in your hands to think about these things.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's like, no, I just have a
no.
very weird mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in the hole. Welcome. Welcome to our hole.
I don't like that as much as when you say that. I don't want to invite people to my hole.
Welcome to the dark, scary, smelly burrow. That's where we are now.
Oh Lord.
So yeah, and then we want to remain. Well, I don't know if like being anonymous is that big of a deal. I just felt like maybe we should, because
just in case.
Yeah, but I think that, like I said, if it were to ever like pick up steam, is that the saying? I don't know. If it were to ever like get popular, which that will never happen.
Never.
But if it ever did, we'll be doxxed immediately.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
People will fucking like tell people where we live and figure out who we are, and like get hack into my Gmail and get all my fucking news of my grandpa and shit. Like, you know, like it'll happen quick. Like, we'll get in trouble. So it's like, I'm not like, I just want to make it clear that I'm not like laying down the law. I'm not putting my foot down like, we are anonymous. It's just like, we're gonna start that way, and if we get fucked, then we're cute, and the world will love
we're
us.
Cute.
So yeah, that's why we have the little paper bags. Little paper bag. So now you understand the logo.
Yes.
Talked about that 15 minutes. And then other things that we will probably talk about, like I said, we're going to touch down on life advice.
But I feel like we should go back here, since it's like kind of the same.
Oh yeah.
From the beginning.
Well, yeah. So we'll explain like our friendship. I don't really know if there's like much to say. I'm sure there is. Like, there's fun stories from like high school and like stuff like that. But I don't know if it's like something. I mean, we could get into it now. I guess it doesn't really matter.
I know, it's only like a minute, because I mean, it wasn't that
eventful,
intricate. Like, like it wasn't like some massive like
story.
Yeah.
So we met in high school.
We were friends with our other friend.
Yeah, we had like a lot of mutual friends in between us. And then we had a class together, and
we had a couple.
Yeah, and she's like really pretty and really intimidating, and she used to wear like a lot of like gold accessories, real gold, maybe gold plated, but it was gold. And she would wear like Abercrombie and Fitch, and she like, I
look like a bitch.
Yeah, you did look like a bitch. That's why like a lot of people were intimidated by you.
Yeah, a lot of people
like
told me that.
Resting bitch face. So
100%.
I think you invented that.
Honestly. Like, I'll put my fucking stamp on that. Hell yeah. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I didn't, it like, remember I was telling you earlier, like, I don't know my face. Like, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. So if I feel a certain way and it's gonna come out, it's gonna translate in my face.
Oh yeah.
And it's really hard. Like,
it's like that immediate reaction to, like, you see something bad.
Yeah.
And you react to it, but you try to hide it really fast.
Yeah, unless I'm like already thinking about it and I'm like consciously like,
don't
focusing, like, don't make a face. Like, yeah.
But
if I'm not doing that,
you'll make that face and you'll just wear it all day.
Yeah. And, yeah, it was just like that in high school. I didn't mean to. I don't know.
I don't remember, like, how I approached you.
I don't either.
I don't remember, like, how we actually met. But I remember that, what was the class we had together? Like, the main class where we met, where there was, like, that dumb bitch with the big eyes.
I wanna say math.
Was it math? So we had like a math
English
class together, and I liked her. Like, I don't know, I just thought you were pretty, and you like looked cool, and you were friends with a friend of mine who I don't even know how I met that girl either.
That's a good question. I was gonna ask you that.
I have no idea. I don't know how you meet people in general in high school.
I know, they just kind of appear. And they're just there.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like all of my best friends, or like people I've dated, or like people that are like really important in my life, I'm like, how did I meet you?
Right?
So
I think it's true about like you have the company. What the fuck is that saying?
What are you trying to say?
My mind, I'm sorry, I'm starting to blank out. You
attract like who you need.
No, it's like if you're a negative person, you attract negative people. If you're positive, you
it's like oh, I know
what the fuck is that saying?
Oh, it's
my
like,
brain is fucking up.
It's like the law of like, is it like intention or like the law of like karma? Oh, there's like
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
We'll come back to that. It'll click in my mind now, and then it's gonna be random. Like when we're talking about something completely different, I'm just gonna fucking be like, it's this, but. Oh yeah, also be prepared for that. There's going to be a lot of one of those. I feel like we're those people, so...
Where we're going to remember something?
Yeah.
Well, we're like... The thing is that our whole conversation never... I feel like we're doing a pretty good job at it right now of, like, kind of, like, we're jumping back and forth. We're hopscotching on the point.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, we're jumping into, like, little things that are... different,
like little sub stories,
right? Sub stories, love that. But I think we're kind of staying on topic right now because I have sticky notes. That's right, I'm prepared. But the majority of our conversations are like a tailspin on top of a tailspin.
Yeah,
tailspin.
I know,
because
it like triggers other things.
Yeah, and then at the end we're like, how did we get here? Why are we talking about the intricacies of gay sex? Like, we don't know. It just happens. So yeah, I met you in high school.
Reel it back in.
We both bonded over the mutual hate for a girl in our class.
Oh yeah,
she was just really.
She was just a shit talker. Like she talked to like. At first, we didn't care about her. She was just a person until she started talking shit to me, especially.
She was talking shit. Oh, she was talking shit.
'Cause my fucking hair. I was like,
so at the time,
bitch.
Nickname had hair extensions, and she like straight up, this girl literally like walks up to Nickname and she's like, ew, that's so fucking gross, like having a real human's hair like in your hair. Ew,
that's disgusting. Ew, disgusting. How could you?
Yeah, and then literally like a week later she comes in with these fried ass like synthetic clip-ins that she tried to straighten, or that she tried to curl it with the rest of her hair, but she melted.
Also tried to like dye them and shit.
Yeah, she like melted half of it. But then on top of that, she had like this, she had like a hairband, like I don't know if anyone remembers from like the 2000s, like the early 2000s. I don't know. They're like little straps. They're like hair ties.
They're like an oversized hair tie that you just wrap around your.
It's like a rubber band. It's like chic rubber band.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so she has it over her hair, over her fried ass hair. So first of all, she's like directly contradicting the shit that she talked to Nickname like a week prior, because she's got fake fucking hair like clip-ins, right? And then on top of that, she's like wearing this thing, and she, at the time, who was it? It was mostly like the scene kids that like did that. And I think somebody like called her out and was like, why are you trying to look like a scene kid type of thing?
Thanks, girl.
And then she was like, it's not scene, it's hippie. You know, and I was already on edge because I was like, bitch, over here talking shit to my friend. And then you're right here with your fried ass extensions, hoe.
I know,
bitch.
your nappy ass
Don't
hair.
be walking up to me with your fucked up weave. Like, that's the number one advice. Don't ever, if some bitch comes to you and her eyebrows are melting off her face, or like she's got a fucking like fried ass weave, don't take advice from a girl with a fried weave. Don't, because...
Or sketchy eyebrows.
I mean, my eyebrows were weird for a while, but at least they look like eyebrows.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? They weren't like... There's some girls who do straight up
like sperm brows.
Yeah, sperm brows. You got the straight, like, just like fucking...
A
line brows. You got like those not Mickey Mouse. Don't sue me, Disney.
McDonald's brows?
Oh, yeah.
The Hollister brows. The Hollister bird brows.
Hollister bird?
Yeah, you know how their logo's like the little eagle that's like this? And literally it's like shaped like the eagle like that. It's
or like the
so
Nike swoop.
Yeah. Just fucking don't.
Nike, Hollister, McDonald's, we sincerely apologize. Please don't sue us. We love you very much. In fact, I have a cup of large fries right here. Not
and a Dr. Pepper
from McDonald's. So please don't sue us. We love you. But no, I mean, my eyebrows were never the best, but they never looked like that. So anyways, that's my advice. My advice is don't take advice from a bitch with a fried weave or like Nike swoop eyebrows, because they don't have good judgment.
They don't.
Like, to wake up in the mirror and look at themselves every day and be like, Yeah.
Yeah, this is right.
That's a problem. Like, you have to question the integrity of their mind.
Oh, no.
But anyways, so someone was like, oh, hey, like, why are you trying to look scene to her? And she's like, it's not scene, it's a hippies. And I actually had, like, some scene friends and, like, little emo or whatever. Whoever is 26... you know what we're talking about. Like, the timeline
everyone went
of, like,
through
the
that.
early 2000s. Everybody was like that. Everyone was like, Melissa Massacre on, like,
Lord.
MySpace.
Yeah.
And you got your top 8 and all that. So yeah, I was already mad because she was talking shit to you the day prior. Or, like, a week prior. So I told her, I was like, no, that looks seen, you're fucking, like, poser. Which nowadays, I don't even think I could ever care enough about anything to, like, confront someone and say something like, you're a poser.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, it's like in high school, I was a fucking dumb kid. So I was like, yeah, you're a fucking poser, ugly
Sometimes
bitch.
I'm like, how did we not get beat up in
How
high
did we
school?
not get jumped? I don't know.
I know, I always think about that, and I'm just like, I'm an asshole. Like, I had no types of filter. I told this girl that she looked like a fucking monster, and I was like...
A monster?
Yeah!
That's not that bad. I tell myself that every day in the mirror.
Yeah, but it was different then, and it's just like... And I was
Bitch,
like...
you look like a monster. Hashtag you look like a monster, guys. Everybody hashtag, so we know.
Oh my god. I don't know. It was just because, I don't know. I can't even give an explanation of why. I just knew that she was this girl who's, like, always, like...
What kind of monster, though? Like, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster?
Bitch,
like,
all the monster.
Medusa?
You are in the category. You're in the umbrella. So you just... I leave that...
monster.
Yeah, I leave that part to you.
To your
so
discretion?
Yeah.
She goes home.
She's like, wait, but what kind? And she starts looking up pictures of monsters. Am I this one? Am I more on this scale? Maybe this one?
Is it on a scale of El Cucuy to La Llorona?
Oh,
which one do I look like?
It's just like, yeah, I don't even know why I did that. And I'm sometimes I'm just like...
I don't know how we didn't get beat. I don't know how she didn't beat me up at that moment when I was like, you're a fucking poser. And then I think it calmed down. The teacher was like, okay, bitch, shut up. And then we, like, sat down.
Yeah, she was like, everybody shut the fuck up.
But yeah, but that's when we truly were like, yeah, we're friends now. And then, so then I was friends with Nickname's best friend, who we'll just call Jay. So I was friends with Jay. I was actually closer with her than I was with Nickname. And so, but then, like, over time,
I think it's because we hung out the same table at that point.
So, like, in high school, we had, like, a table that we took over and we sat at, and it was literally just a table full of people that were, like, didn't have a friend group. It was literally like the black sheep table. Like, everyone that didn't have a place that they fit, we all just kind of were like, okay, fuck it.
We'll sit here.
We'll sit here, yeah. And then, so I was actually closer friends with her friend, Jay, and her and I were, like, we actually got really close. We had PE together for a year, and we hung out every day, because in PE, you don't actually
do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Current high schoolers probably know this. Like, the teacher will just be like, go run on the field, and I would be like, fuck you, and I just wouldn't do anything. So we actually became really good friends, but then, I don't know. My friendship kind of faded with Jay. She's very, she's very manipulative, and I just saw a lot of things about her that I didn't like, and then I ended up just, like,
choking her out. Sorry.
Yeah, at one point I did choke her out. I don't know why. I'm so crazy. Like, that, like... I
was like, damn, this bitch really... Is she doing that?
Because I was, like, young and full of emotions.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so then I ended up becoming much better friends with Nickname. And then, then high school happened. And we hi. Dead air.
Blinking.
Hashtag dead air. So we kind of faded away. I went to college. You've been in college since the day high school's over. You're still in college?
No, I didn't. I spent a year doing fucking nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so then we kind of faded away. I would go visit from time to time, like, she still lived in our hometown, but I ended up moving to, like, Orange County, Los Angeles, and I went to college and whatever, but then she ended up dating my roommate, who's also a best friend of mine. So, like, we were all friends in high school. What do you want to call your boyfriend? What's his code word?
Peewee.
Oh, Peewee. Okay. So, Peewee Nickname and I were all friends in high school.
That's a fucking bunch right there.
Yeah, we were all friends in high school. And then Peewee and Jay actually had a thing going on for a long time, but it was like she was always manipulating him and he was so in love with her, and then he ended up dating her ex-best friend 10 years later. And yeah, things have happened. Things are weird.
Yeah.
There's so many like interminglings within our friendship group.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many like stories.
Yeah.
But then Nickname ended up dating him many years later. We had an apartment in Orange County, and he lived with me. And she would come over to hang out with me.
But then at nighttime, fuck.
You would fuck. So that bitch would come up to me the next day. I would like go to the bathroom, and I would find her like in the hallway wearing like his shirt, and that's it. And I'm like, what are you doing? And
you're
like,
wear shorts, but it was like, it's just the shirt's really big, so it looked like I was just
You're like, me and Peewee? Ew, no, I would never.
No, fucking gross. We were just hanging out, and then I fell asleep.
Yeah, and that went on for months, and we're all like, when are you guys gonna, like, date? Like,
I know, you gave me a fucking, like, a fucking, like, group therapy session when we went to fucking go get, like, burritos.
Yeah, we went to go get Mexican food, and my boyfriend and I wanted to know what the fuck was going on at the time.
You gave me, like, an intervention.
And we're like, do you love him? And
yeah,
she's like,
was so weird.
Yes.
It was just strange. It was like, because, I was like, in such denial, because, it's actually funny, I don't know if I told you that. When I first met Peewee and he was new, our other friend liked him.
Oh, the one that starts with M?
Yeah.
We'll just call her M.
Yeah.
Yeah, she liked him.
Yeah, and so then I introduced them, and then it was weird. No, but wait. The thing is that I'm getting here is that then within that process, we became such good friends
that you don't want to like mess that up.
Yeah, that I kind of did
like him.
Yeah, but I was like, but he's new. I don't.
He was new to the school.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to do that, and plus, I don't have. You know, this seems like a really good friendship, so I'm gonna keep it this way, and I basically.
And you did for many years.
Yeah, and I basically.
And I guess it just felt weird, right?
Like, yeah, and it just felt weird.
Felt probably weird to come out to all of your friends, but like that. Hey, by the way, we're dating now. But like we all knew it, and we were just like waiting on it.
Yeah, but like I said, yeah,
I forced it out of you.
Yeah, so he was like, I told him that, and then he was like, "So you mean all this time we could have been dating?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, do you think it would last? I think we wouldn't." Like, he swears that he's a romantic, and...
No, because, like...
We wouldn't.
Yeah, sometimes...
Especially knowing me.
And you need the personal growth.
Yeah.
Like, now, at your guys' age, at, 25, 26, now you can date. Because, like, you've been through enough to not be shitty boyfriend and a shitty girlfriend to one another. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, because had I met... I'll call my boyfriend... My name's Meta, so I'll call my boyfriend Meto.
Oh... That makes sense.
Should I call him something else?
I don't know.
So when I had met him, so like here's the fun thing. Like Peewee, her boyfriend, Nickname's boyfriend, they eventually dated, right? But I guess Peewee and Meto like knew each other because like Peewee had switched schools. Because remember she was saying earlier that he was like new.
Yeah.
So he had switched schools, and the school that he was at prior was with Meto, and so Meto knew him, and there's this annual Halloween party that a mutual friend throws every like year, and I had gone to this party for many years, but I had never actually talked to Meto, and I actually did not find him attractive. I didn't, I just thought he was some random guy, and then whenever we lived in that apartment in Orange County where Miss Stang was coming out wearing her shirt in the morning, at that same exact, like around that same time, he had started to come over and stay the night a lot after his army, because he's in the military, so after his, like, duties or whatever, he would just like crash at our house because he never really had like a good childhood or like a stable home. Like his mom's kind of psycho, so he would try to stay out of the house. So he would come and just stay the night. And remember, we used to fuck with him. I didn't even know the guy, and we used to try to put like this guy used to wear like wide leg pants. You remember? So he'd be sleeping on the floor.
Wait, does he have jorts?
No jorts yet. He's not there yet.
I like how you said yet.
I'm sure he'll get there. I'm almost there. Look at my ripped ass jeans today. My entire knee.
No, but it's different. I feel like girls can wear them, but I feel like on a guy, it's like
a little weird.
Doing?
But so he would sleep on the floor, and like we would put like stuff up his pant legs. We would like have a competition as to like how many things we could get up his pant legs, and he
Is he that heavy of a sleeper?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a heavy sleeper. And then like one time we stacked pillows on him, like a fucking to the ceiling almost, and he didn't even feel the weight on him. He just kept sleeping. That's his superpower. He can sleep anywhere. And so one night we got to talking, and it kind of just clicked, and I was like, holy shit, this is like the love of my life, and I knew it. But then I kind of questioned if he was stupid as fuck, because he has like a very...
You had to ask me, like, is he stupid?
Yeah, I literally messaged her like the next day, because her and Meto were actually friends, because she was dating Peewee, and Peewee's friends with him, you know? And like, I think just beyond that, separately, they had a friendship. I think they like would Skype, and you guys like message each other a lot because you guys have like similar interests.
Yeah, and the TV shows and shit, like, watch fucking American Idol
together, and yeah, so they had a friendship. So I messaged her, and I was like, first of all, is this your man? If not, I'm gonna go for him. And she was like, no, go for him. And then I was asking her about like, is he stupid? Because he talks really, he's in the military.
Robotic.
Yeah, so he's very robotic. He doesn't realize he has no personality in his voice. So like when he speaks, I like legit think he like scares people. Like people like get intimidated by him. You should see him like talk to waitresses. He's like, hey. Like he does that. It's my butthole goes inside my body.
I didn't notice that so when we ate at BJ's.
He's getting a lot better. He's getting a lot better because I have to like coach him to not be crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, so then I questioned it because he's such a dumb jock kind of thing for like a week or two. I was like, is this right? Because I had such a gut feeling about it the first day. And then eventually it clicked and I did start dating him. He literally moved in within a month to that house in Orange County.
I thought it was a lot less than a month.
Oh, it was probably less than that. It was probably like the first week.
Yeah, like you already cleared out 2 drawers. I remember I was there and you're like, I cleared out these 2 drawers for you.
Yeah, it's like such psycho behavior, but like him and I both just like, we just knew it.
Yeah.
And now 4 years later, we're engaged. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole rundown. So Nickname dates Peewee. I'm Meta and I date Meto. And we're all sort of friends from high school. Kind of. Except Meto was never... He went to a different high school, but he knew Peewee.
Yeah, because they went to school together.
Yeah. In the beginning. And let me see. Is there anything else we want to touch down on? We have so many, like, we could talk about, like, weird things that have happened between our friendship group for 100 years. But I know
there's just so many.
I think that's for, like, later down the line.
Yeah.
For now, they get the gist.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. We kind of explained our friendship and, like, why we're starting this podcast and the meaning of our logo and the some of the things, like the reasons, like the word associations and the rabbit holes that we go in and the like the way that we think and that we've found common ground with each other. So other things that we'll talk about probably frequently.
I was like,
what word did you just say?
I was like paranatural. I was like trying to spit the word out, but then I was like
paranatural. We'll get there, but first let's finish. Okay, so other things we'll probably talk about is just our week. Generally, like, what's going on.
Yep.
Like, every time we hang out.
Example, my yee in a freaking Starbucks.
In a Starbucks, yeah. We'll talk about events. Number one, top events, like her yees. And we will probably talk about some of our favorite artists and bands that nobody fucking cares about, like me. We'll probably talk about Ariana, because we stand Ari. We'll talk about Pentatonics, Superfruit, anything they're doing. Who are other people? We watch YouTube. We're like YouTube fans, so we'll maybe talk about like
Oh, I know
Shane
that.
Dawson. We'll talk about like weird YouTube, maybe not drama, but like things that are going down. We watch like Jeffree Star. We watch what are like other people that we avidly watch? Like H3.
The podcast and the normal, like the
all
regular,
of H3 we love, and like Shane. I watch
Chris Clemens, but he's kind
Chris
of falling
Clemens,
off a little bit.
yeah. So we'll talk about probably YouTube. We'll talk about music. But yeah, we're probably not going to talk about like if Twitter is trending like Michael Bublé. We're probably not going to talk about like that. We're pretty much just going to talk about our little gay boys, like Superfruit and Troye Sivan, and like you know, some of the people that were like really big stands of,
that we're interested in.
Then life advice, like I said earlier. No one will ever take it, but sometimes it's not necessarily advice, but
just words of wisdom.
Sometimes like you're just going through something
yeah.
that week, and you're kind of just like, you just want to scream into the universe like a message, and nobody will ever hear it.
Yeah.
So we can scream about that here. Maybe we'll look at our Google searches on our phones and we'll explain that, because I have some fucking weird ones. Like, I'm like, I look back at my Google history all the time and I'm like, what the fuck? But right now mine's probably boring because I'm looking for wedding dress. I have to tell you about that. I have to tell you my engagement story. It's a fucking...
Oh my god,
it's
yes.
a hoot nanny. You're gonna be like... yeah, that's kind of... let's see, what else is going on in our lives this week? Or, like, relatively close by.
Oh, wait, we have, like, the whole thing about talking about... I travel a lot. So
yeah,
I can throw some shit down.
I want a travel segment with Nickname, because... this bitch has, like, been all around the world, and she only has ever told me a story about how one time she almost married a hot guy from Turkey, and that's it. But I feel like there's gotta be a lot more fun stuff, and I want to hear about that. Yep. So that's mostly it. I'm sure we might add additional, like, subject matter at some point, and we don't really know how long these are going to be.
Yeah. It's not like it's really, like, really...
set.
Yeah, like, there's not a set format that we have. It's kind of just, like, we have them on the side to know. Just in case we lose track of something. It's like, we look at it and we're like, oh, let's talk about this. But, I mean, we're not really...
So, yeah, I definitely want to talk about... I want to talk about paranormal, UFOs, ghosty stories, because I think that everybody loves hearing about that. Don't they? And then I want to talk about my engagement story because it's fucking hilarious. And then maybe some of the travel segment. But is there anything that's a part of our chunk of things that we want to talk about? Gay boys. Scott Hoying
is a hottie, and he makes me want to cry with his most recent song.
Yeah. So Scott Hoying just put out a song with Shoshana Bean, which, by the way, I've never heard of her. I hate when he collabs with smaller people. Like, I think she's bigger. I feel like he should be moving up. No, because I looked on her Spotify, she has 85,000 monthly listeners. That's like nothing. Nothing.
And what about on YouTube, though?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked YouTube.
Because I feel like she's pretty big.
So, Scott Hoying, I want everyone to know that I am a huge Scott Hoying stan.
Oh, yeah.
He's like the only reason I wake up. And every day when I see him just killing it, I'm like, yeah, that's right, bitch. I could kill it too. Like, I got this. Like, he's a source for a lot of
positivity.
Positivity, yeah. Because I don't have
good vibes.
Yeah, my good vibes are almost always fleeting. Okay, that's my birth control. Let me take that. But yeah, so I love Scott Hoying, and he just came out with a duet with Shoshana Bean, and it's super beautiful. I don't know if we're allowed to play any of it. I don't know.
You can play a snippet.
Like a snip, right? Because,
yeah, but if it's a full song, bitch, we copyrighted.
Don't copy strike me, Shoshana. Okay? Listen here, Shoshana. Hold on, I will play a little snip of that whenever my phone gets reception, but for now, let me take anti-baby pills.
What? Our pills look the same, though.
We get them from the same place, probably.
Oh, I know, but, like, I didn't know that that means the box is the same. Yo, your pills look like doo-doo pills.
Thanks. I don't know if there's anything else. I want to touch on that song because it's amazing. Has anybody else? Ariana put out a new song, the Thank You Next song.
Oh my god,
How do you feel?
love it.
I want your opinion on it.
I love it. I think it's great because usually, you know, when you look back at everything, like.
You're bitter?
Yeah, a little. Well, I can't say that about everybody because I know people have mutual breakups, but I've never had one of those, so I don't know what the fuck that's like. And I think it's pretty cool that instead of being bitter, she took something out of all of them and she, you know, she's not, you know, bitter about it.
I had somebody that was my coworker. I'm gonna call her Melanie. That she was telling me that she felt that the song kind of sounded a little dismissive. Little bit. Like whatever, next, I'm moving on, next bitch. Like, kind of dismissing it. But honestly, if the relationship's in the past, then you're kind of allowed to be dismissive.
Yeah, you can be.
What's the point?
Yeah, okay.
What's the point in, like, dragging out some long thing of, like, oh, you know. Yeah. I really like the song. I think it's really cute. I actually have had a big breakup that was mutual, and I'm still friends with him to this day.
Oh yeah,
and I whenever I got engaged, I like tagged him and I was like, "You're next, right?" And he was like, "Maybe," because he's dating somebody that he really likes. It will probably, you know. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent, but I'm still close with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, well, not close, but I'm still like friends with him. So I think it's nice that there's a song out there that's like, you know,
talking about the positive side of a breakup rather than us hearing a bajillion fucking breakup songs. And
I know you're not on Twitter, and it makes me so sad because Twitter is doing like the one taught me pain, or no, what's
I'm saying yeah.
One taught me pain.
One taught me love. One taught me patience. One taught me pain.
So they're like doing a photo set where like.
I've seen those. So it's not just on Twitter though. I see them around everywhere.
Mainly Twitter. You need to get on Twitter. I'm so mad.
I have it, and I always like. There's like weeks where I'll be on it, but I don't ever post anything. But I like follow everything, and then I'll be on it for like a week religiously, and then afterwards I forget about it for a month, and then I'll come back to it for another week.
Yeah, I feel like there's some apps that I just forget about. Like I need them to have notifications to be like, hello. I'm here still.
No, even then, I still ignore them, so that doesn't work for me.
So here's a snip. I'm going to play a snip of that new song with Scott Hoying in it. One second. Oh. We don't want to hear you, Shoshana. Right here. All right.
That's God, he's so sexy, that rasp.
I know, the rasp.
Pennies dropping.
I love that we're both clapping. But yeah, so I love everybody go listen to that. And then I think that's it. I think that's it for our gay boys and our little idols. Our week, anything going on?
The Yee thing.
In our week. Week. I can't really like think. I mean, life is pretty much boring.
Something triggered a thought in my mind recently. It literally happened today. You know how there's those people who like panhandle and like okay, well my mom always does this thing where she like always wants to give money to all of them, and I understand that, and you know, it's like
seems so nice because I know that your mom is not very nice. So it's like random that like that's very shocking to me. Mm-hmm. But continue.
Because it's different. My mom's she's like mean with people that she knows because she knows where they stand, so it doesn't feel too bad. But when it's a person who's in a time of distress, that's a stranger, and like, you know, she feels more empathy towards that because she's like, dang, I have so much and you have nothing. And that's where she feels that, you know, nice side. But yeah, she always wants to give money to these people, and like, I'm not, like, I would do that, but it's like a lot of what I think when it happens is like, I need to think first. Like, I need to assess the situation because it's like a lot of people nowadays, And it's statistically shown that a lot of them aren't real. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
Remember that
really...
one where, like, it was, like, viral where she, like, had a car?
Yeah, she had, like, a fancy-ass car. Like, see, that's the thing I don't like. It's, like, I have to assess the situation and really, like, look at it for a second.
Try to use clues about them to figure out if they're full of shit or not.
Yeah, because I don't... That's not cool. That's not right. This money, if I give it to you, because a lot of people are like, well, it's the thought that counts. And it's like, yeah, I guess, but it's like, I could have given this money to a different homeless person who's actually homeless.
Well, like, and yeah, you also want to make sure that you're not supporting...
feeding an addiction if they have it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and it's like, that's
my thing is that if I see anybody that looks like a family member, they're getting all my money. Like, if I'm driving down the road and there's one that, like, looks like my dad, oh my god, take it all. Take it all, you know what I mean? And, like, same with, like, I saw one a while back that looked like my twin brother. And I was like, ugh, and I, like, handed him all the, like, I had chips and, like, water, and I had all kinds of stuff in my car. But usually I'm more likely to give them, like, food. I'll give them, like, a water bottle or something that I have there, but I'm, not as likely to give, money.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know. And we saw one today, and I was just like, I don't know, I just wanted to know, like, what your thoughts were on it, because I don't know. It's just so strange.
I pretty much agree. Yeah, you want to be careful who you give money to and stuff. But I don't think it's a bad thing to be helpful, because it's just kind of one of those things where, like,
I wasn't saying it's a bad thing,
when somebody's, like, on their last straw. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. Like, it's weird. I think about that all the time, how, like, I was thinking about that today when I was grocery shopping. Like, each person has their own sense of worth and their own, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, you think to yourself, like, oh, I'm a good person, or, oh, here's the things that I'm proud of, or, like, what my purpose is in life, which, by the way, I don't know what mine is. But that's not the point. The point is, like, everybody has, like, a sense of that. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. It's just weird when you think about, like, because I was thinking... It sounds really depressing. But, like, as I was walking, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm not that important. I'm, like, looking around, I'm seeing all these other people, all these other humans around me, and I'm like, holy shit, there's so many of us. Like, I'm not that important. Like, there's nothing that I'm doing that's, like, this doesn't mean shit. Like, that stranger over there doesn't give a fuck about what I'm doing. They don't care that I exist. They don't even know that I exist. Like, unless they see me. Isn't that so weird to think that there's people out there that exist that you don't know they exist? Yeah. Isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Trip me the fuck up, dog.
It's crazy.
I don't even know.
It's crazy to know that, like, what bugs me a lot is, like, you know how they're always like, oh, well, you need this to have have a successful, why can't I say that word? Successful life, and, and do something that people will remember you for, but then it's like, you know how many people are really going to remember you? And then nobody... and you'll only be remembered by...
For 100 years.
Yeah, for, like, a small couple of years with all the people that know you who are close by. But, I mean, after that, it's like...
Yeah, I'm not fucking...
You're just another fucking random person in a fucking grave.
Well, like, the idea of success and everything is, like... It's all a construct anyways. It doesn't even matter. I was thinking about how it's changed so rapidly in the last, like, 50 years. Like, in the 1950s, your idea of success was probably... Oh, God, my lisp is probably lighting this bitch up. I'm so sorry. But I think that, in the 1950s, generally the idea of success was like, oh, get a house, get a wife, have some kids, get a car. Cool. Like, that was doable, bitch. Nowadays, with social media, like... The idea of success is so rapidly changed, and there's so much self-comparison. Like, you can't help but be, 25 and, like... Soundboard. My dog drinking water. You can't help but be 25 and, like, look at Kylie Jenner and be like, she's a fucking billionaire. And she's, like, half my age. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... And then, not only that, but, like, not even just comparing yourself to celebrities, because obviously that's, like, a little unfair, but, like, there's other people that just build themselves up. Like, they just know how to work social media to where they can, like, kind of climb the ranks, and all of a sudden, like, I have a friend, I don't want to say her name. I'll call her Chi-Chi.
Girl.
She's not. Okay, I feel like Chi-Chi kind of maybe sounds like racist, but she's not Mexican. She's Filipino. Is she? I don't know. Anyways, my friend Chi-Chi. And my friend, another one, I'll just call her BB. BB and Chi-Chi. Both of them I went to college with, and they both have, like, they're fucking hot. And they've, like, expanded, and they've, like, worked with, like, big brands, and they're, like, literally, I think one of them was, like, working with Fenty Beauty, and, like, all kinds of stuff. Like, they just know how to work social media, and they're fucking hot, and they're, like, Instagram models, and they're all fucking famous, like, and huge now. And one of them, Chi-Chi, she's still, like, good friends with me, and still hits me up, and I'm like, girl... Why you
on another level?
Yeah, I'm like, you're too cool. Don't be a...
You're playing in the trash right now. Just don't...
Why are you rolling around in the dumpster on me? But yeah, and so it's, like, crazy that, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard not to compare yourself, but then, so you don't want to compare yourself to celebrities, but then you see your friends. You see people that are literally just like you, that you know they have the same roots, and they're, like, successful, and they have money and brand deals and cars.
You have
and you're like,
family pressure, because they're like, when I was your age, I had everything set up already. Like, I was already married.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you, Carl. You fucking, like, you had it 10 times easier than a millennial.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, you just have, there's just a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of pressure to do things by a certain age, which age I feel is also a made-up fucking construct. Like, look at me right now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, I don't know. The whole thing of, like, looking at somebody and guessing an age, that's, like, all, like, a concept. That's, like, made up. Somebody started doing that, like, a couple hundred years ago, and now everybody does it. But, like, in another world, like, if aliens straight up swooped on us, they would be like, what? What are you doing? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just so weird to, like, look at somebody and try to assess their age, and then by that, base their value or their worth in scale to, like, how old they are and what they've done and what they've accomplished by the time they're a certain age. Like, it's all made up. Time doesn't fucking exist. It's all just, like, humans wanted to have control over something that they have no control over. So they see the
It's just to give everything order to, like, feel better.
Like, the sun
rather
is
than
moving,
just, you know, letting everything happen the way it happens, and, like,
they need a purpose.
Yeah, they need
there to
some
be a
sort of form, like some sort of, you know.
So it's, like, made up. So, like, I just hate that there's, like, I think that what we're doing right now is we're creating a generation of unhappy people. Because what's happening is, like, there's so much pressure on these, like, 17-year-olds to pick a fucking career when they get out of high school. And then they go straight into it. They take 8 years worth of school so they can become a fucking doctor of something stupid. And then, you know, they spent $300,000 in student loans. So they're, like, locked into this, but they chose it when they were fucking infants. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't have the time or the life experience or the wherewithal. And hey, some people pick something when they're 18 and it works out. And then, you know,
and, like, they love it.
And they love it. And that's great. And, like, some people, you know, everyone's path is different. Some are long, some are short, some twisted paths cross, and it's just,
I think that's what scares me a lot, is, like, having to make that decision, because I don't want to get locked down, because I know myself, and I couldn't see myself doing the same thing for the rest of my fucking life. Like, I want to at least know that I can, like, either excel or, like, move ranks and do, like, different at least things. Have small changes in the same, you know, kind of, like, area.
Well, that's what I'm saying about making, like, a generation of unhappy people, because they're picking something, they're spending 8 years on it, they're spending so much money on it, then they have this parental and, like, family pressure to be like, well, you spent all your time on it, so now you have to do it.
Yeah, don't waste the money.
Don't waste the education, don't waste your time. You know, and so it's like they can't just say, hey, guess what? I fucking hate this. I'm not doing it anymore. I mean, they can, but it comes with a lot of shame and repercussions from, like, a social standpoint. And then people look at you like you're a failure. Yeah. But it's just like, no. Like, I've
changed as a person
to who I am now, and I've realized that this is not what I want. You know what I mean? And recently I've done that with, like, my career decision. I don't hate what I'm doing, but it's not exactly what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm coming to grips with that like, yeah, I'm older. I'm, you know, I'm 26. And it's just, time's going so fast, and I'll probably be 30, and by the time I'm 30, I might have barely just figured out what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that sucks because, like I said, there's like that whole thing of like age and self-comparison, and like it's too late to back out now that you've spent so
and
much
social
time.
norms of
Yeah.
where you should be at certain ages, and
oh yeah,
and it's just like,
it's so weird.
Yeah.
And people have like this narcissism to like give you unsolicited advice about things.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when older, like, there was a married woman at my work one time, and she was telling me, like, at the time, I wasn't engaged to my current partner, but I was dating him, and I said something like, oh, I can't wait to, you know, go home and go see him, or whatever, and she kind of, like, rolled her eyes and was like, yeah, that'll change, trust me, like, once you're married, as long as I've been married, and I'm like, I'm sorry that you don't like your partner, you bitter bitch. Like, you don't need to go rubbing that around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of bitter adults who had their life and their dreams crushed, and they run around and they, like, shit all over
they're
people.
just bored of doing the same thing, and they kind of, like, have this kind of, like, just...
like, entitlement to, like, have something to say about your life.
Yeah, and, like, it's, the word I'm looking for, but they just have, like, this fucking
superiority
resentment type thing towards that person, because they're still young and
they
have
the chance to fix
and they can change it, and they can do this and they can do that, and they don't have to stick to one thing.
But it's like, bitch, neither do you. Like, if she's sitting here telling me, like, oh, you'll change your mind if you've been married as long as I have, I'm like, okay, why don't you get divorced? Go find someone that you're happy with. Yeah, go do a new job. If you hate this job, leave. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So yeah, I just hate all of that. I just think it's, like, so dumb. You know what I mean? And I think in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years, I've really worked on, like, getting over the self-comparison and getting over the, like, the shame that comes with aging and, like, not knowing what the fuck you're doing. But I think it's all an act. I don't think anyone knows what they're doing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Everybody's
I was like,
so
I think everybody
confused.
is fucking, and everyone, like, whoever's like, no, I'm fine. You're fucking pretending. I know you are. But there are a few that are like, they love their life. They love their job. They love the decisions they've made. But, like, I know that they still, like, there's still that little part of them that's, like, has a lot of those what ifs. What if I did this? Because I wanted to do a bunch of other things, but I chose this because I love this most.
Oh,
but what if I did the other thing what if I loved that more?
I hate that. I hate thinking about, like, there's so many jobs, like, when I was working in LA, there's so many jobs. I remember this really cool denim company had given me a position, or had offered me a position as a technical designer, and it's still a denim company right now to this day. It's like a big denim company, but big companies usually take like a month or two to get back to you, and I wanted a job immediately, so I took one. And eventually like a month or two into my job, they called me and they're like, hey, like, we want you as a technical designer. And I think about it all the time, like how the course of my life could have changed had I accepted the job there. But I was probably a little underqualified. I don't think I would have. I think the reason I turned it down was because of self-doubt. There's, like, a lot of things like that where, like, you don't do something because you think you suck, and maybe, like, you're like, I'm not sure if I can do this. You know what I mean? But I should have just gone for it. But I think about that all the time. I hate thinking about that, though. When
That's
you think about the wormhole.
Remember I told you about the Campbell's baby thing? I could have been a Campbell's baby. I could have started my shit. I could have been a fucking model, but I was like, nah, I don't want to. I'm too scared.
You could be a model. You're so pretty.
Actually, but I couldn't keep up with the standards. Like, you gotta be a fucking stick. Bitch, I love food.
Yeah, me too.
I could not, no.
I was listening to this podcast the other day about, like, that it's not about so much about how much you eat or how you eat or, like, what you eat, that it's more about, like, your relationship with the food, like, how you see food. And that, like, the only healthy way to look at food is as fuel. Like, you should look at food when you go to eat, you should be thinking, am how is this food going to affect my body and how is it going to make me run?
That sucks, because I don't think that.
And so
I'm like, oh my God, heaven, I can't wait to coma after this, bitch. Like,
yeah,
bitch.
That's my thing is, like, I was thinking about it, and I have such an unhealthy relationship with food. Like, I love food. It's, like, the only reason I'm alive. I love food.
Food's great. That's why I was like, I could.
How did we get there?
Because we're just talking about how, like, expectations and things and what ifs, and then I was like the whole model thing, and I was like, yeah, but I couldn't handle the standards, my
problem is that there's too many things that I could be passionate about. I like a lot of things. Like, if you give me something and I just play with it for 10 minutes, I bet you anything I could be like, I could work, I could do this for the rest of forever. This is cool. You know what I mean? Like, so there's nothing that's just hit me in the face and said, bitch, I'm your passion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I just want passion.
Ask my mom
to hit me already. Like, when is it coming? I'm ready to accept it. It's like, it sucks because it feels like you're standing on the edge of a fucking cliff with like an updraft and you're leaning into it and you're just ready to fucking jump and just go into like whatever that is. But like, I'm driven to be driven. Like, I want to have something. Just give me a drive, give me a passion, fucking give it to me and I will chase it. You know what I mean? But I have nothing to chase. Yeah. You know? Exactly. It's like a dog without a tail. Oh no. So sad. What's it gonna chase?
The nub.
That's me. Forever chasing my nub. So, Nickname and I actually forgot about this, but how long are we into this? We're like an hour 15 into it.
We can always just cut it up.
Cut it. Your podcast way too long. You need to cut it.
Where did this come from? I need to know.
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh my God. It's like a rapper song. Cut it. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it.
Really?
You know, it's like a very popular song from years ago. Anyways.
Bitch, I'm not with the times. I look at dumb old shit.
Nickname and I swallowed a mystery substance that my mother gave me. I mean, not my mother. Somebody on the street.
That's even worse, I think.
So yeah, it's called Simpson oil or something like that. It's like highly concentrated weed, but I don't know what kind of weed. I don't know if it's like you're gonna get high as fucking titties, or if it's gonna be like the CBD type of like, you're gonna feel chill as fuck. But you might sleep for 100 years. I don't really know, like, what it is or how it's going to affect us.
I mean, it's been an hour. I don't really feel much of a change.
It's been an hour, and I feel fine, so I don't know what's going on yet, but,
or even if anything's going to happen.
I just want to clarify that Nickname and I are not, we're not
frequent, herbalists.
Herbalists? Wow, I love that. Yeah, we don't... very rarely do we ever do stuff like this. Like, I've had a doob cube. That fucked me up. And one time we ate a cookie, that my friend had left in my car. I'm about to burp. But we were already drunk when we ate it. Mm-hmm. So nothing, like, really happened. The doob cube killed me. I was, like, twisted. I was in this weird state of mind where it was, like, I would be talking to someone, and I would
There's no one there.
No. Oh. I would, like, talk to somebody, and I would feel myself, like, fading out of the conversation. Mm-hmm. And then I would kind of, like, come to, and I would look around, and I don't know if I actually had the conversation or if I just imagined it. So sometimes I would be like, hey, dude, were we just talking? And they would be like, yeah, bro. Like, yeah, we were. And then another, like, 5 minutes later, like, dude, were we just talking? And they're like,
yes, we've been talking.
No. And they'd be like, no, dude, we were not. So I couldn't tell the difference between, like, my disillusions and, like, what I was dreaming up and what I was actually, like, what reality was. And then Meto came home and I came to him and cried, and I was like, and yeah, I think he, like, helped me into bed, and I was like, I don't want to be high anymore. I've been high for hours. I don't want to be high.
Were you really high for hours, or was it just in your mind?
No, truly, I was high for hours. It's because, like, those little gummy bear things are fucking concentrated, bro. So yeah, those are my experiences with weed. So yeah, my my mom, she takes it for pain because she's got all of them.
All of the pains.
All of the pains. She's got them all. So she, it's like a little game. It's like a trading game. It's like Pokemon cards.
Nice.
She's got full collection.
Mm-hmm. She got that Pokédex stacked.
Yeah. Disease decks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I'm a punner. I pun from here and there. I dabble. I dabble in punology.
I fiddle with the nuts of puns.
So yeah, I don't currently feel anything. Maybe like twice I felt like maybe a wave of something coming over me.
Yeah, like a wave of like just relaxed. And then I was like,
I didn't know if it was just that or if I am just having hot flashes. I don't know if I'm just fucking old or if like I don't know. Because lately I've been having hot flashes. I haven't told you that. Maybe it's the birth control. I'm on a new birth control, guys. This pussy is protected, honey. 92%. And but yeah. So, like, lately I've been getting hot flashes, and I'm also, like, more, I would say I'm more, like, what's the word? More fragile? More, like,
sensitive?
More faint? More, like, the other day I was up at a doctor's office, and I was laying down for a while, and I got up, and a bitch almost passed out. And you know me, I'm a hardy fucking stocky bitch. Well, I'm not stocky.
No, you're not.
But, like, my personality is very, like, brutish. I'm very, like, tough and rough and, like, abrasive.
Yeah,
you know
she's not gentle. The very opposite.
I'm not delicate. I'm not, like, I'm not nimble.
Yeah.
Which you are. You're very nimble and delicate, but you're also, like, vulgar, too. Like, you're not, you don't, like, hold yourself back from saying crazy shit.
I mean, it depends. Because we did talk about that. I do and I don't. Oh, which, by the way, I need to get into that because that was a very interesting conversation I had yesterday with Peewee about that. We'll continue on. I will remember that.
But yeah, no, I'm just, like, more faint lately. I don't know. So yeah, right now, I just felt like, maybe, like, twice I just felt like something kind of wash over me. And that's my experience so far with being high. Or, well, I don't know if I'm high. I don't think I'm high.
I don't want so either.
I think we're just chilling.
Yeah.
Maybe we should eat food. Because you know how when you eat food and your mouth dries out and then, like, it tastes like the most orgasmic food you've ever had? No? Do you not know that?
The only time I've ever been high, I was, like, too high that I almost didn't remember anything and I almost fell into a pool and died. I was, like, I was fucked up. Like, my vision literally was tunnel vision, but mixed with, like, fucking, like, side view mirror vision, where it's, like, be cautious, because this shit may be, like, farther than it looks. Like, it looks like it's close.
Oh, so you meant, like depth perception.
Yeah,
like, no depth perception.
Like, yeah, I was, like, talking to my cousin, and I was trying to, like, you know, smack his arm, because I was like, it was like one of those things where like, and you go to smack someone's arm. And bitch, I smacked air and I almost fell off my chair. I was like, I could have sworn you were right next to me.
That's so funny.
And then I also found out, now I'm remembering, I don't think he was even talking to me. I think I was talking to myself, thinking I was talking to him, but he wasn't talking to me. So, yeah, that was a bad time. It's a bad time. That I never want to be that high. That was a little too much. Like, it felt like I was teleporting. Like,
teleporting?
Yeah, like,
that's kind of sick. Did you meet any aliens?
It was just so weird. It was like, no, teleporting in time. Like, I would be here and I'd probably walk to your door, but from here to there, I forget everything, and I'm just like, dude, how did I get here?
That happened to me today. I was sweeping the backyard. I was sweeping all the dog shit. And I guess I had sweeped it into the pan and put it into the trash bag, and I had gone out to the front yard and I threw it away. But I don't remember
doing it.
Like, I came back to sweep up the pile. Like, I grabbed the dustpan and I was like, let me sweep up this poop. And I walk over and the pile is gone. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? And I'm freaking out. And so then I literally go out to the trash can and I check, and I had scooped it in a bag and I had thrown it away. But I don't remember doing it.
But bitch, did you have cameras at this time? Just watch yourself fucking do it.
I do have cameras, and that's, like, the crazy thing. I was, like, freaking out. I was, like, I completely...
You have to watch yourself.
How did we get here? We were talking about how we had eaten the weed. I think I was just saying that as a disclaimer in case things start getting weird.
No, I think you said that because I was talking about how I felt like I was teleporting because I got that high.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to read our sticky note to see if we're on track. Life advice, I would say, don't be negative. Why? Don't
give a fuck. That's a big one.
Just don't be petty. Like, what's the point? Okay, I want to just put out my motto in life is there a benefit? Anytime you're mad, anytime you're pressed, anytime you're upset about anything.
A bitch is pressed.
Anytime you're pressed, honey, just question, just stop, breathe, and ask yourself, is this going to take me anywhere? Like, in 5 years, what I'm about to do, my reaction and way, like, if I freak the fuck out and yell right now, is this going to put me in a better spot? Is it going to have a benefit to my overall life? No? Then don't fucking do it. Because there's just, we're tired.
It's wasted energy.
Yeah, we're tired as fuck. We're old. We don't have time to be worried about that bullshit. I was telling my mom the other day that I want to be friends with young moms. Because, they are not narcissists. They only care about, their kids and their husband and, getting their life to where, their goals. Do you know what I'm saying?
Some.
Yeah, and then that was also her disclaimer. She's like, don't be friends with only young moms, because some of them can be psycho. But I just like the fact that, their priorities are a little bit more in check. So that's my life advice, is that just don't be petty. Just, why? Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. There's nothing to sweat. Put on some deodorant. Put on some Olay. Olay, please don't sue me. I love you. I wear you every day, and and
Suave's coming for your ass.
Suave is coming for you, bitch. Hold down your weave.
Oh, God.
And that's that. So that's my life advice. Nickname? Any life advice?
I think that's pretty much to say. Well, just
don't be ugly.
This goes with the same thing that I said I wanted to say about what I talked about with yeah. So, just honestly, don't waste your time on people who can't accept you. Because I've always held myself back for so long, with certain people, because I don't want to come off weird or, I used to be such an outgoing person when we were in high school.
Yeah, I feel that you were.
And, I'm the opposite. The complete opposite now, and I think I'm very shut off and,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think I've done that for so long because I just, I don't know, I wanted, to just, I don't know, just don't waste your time on people. Don't overthink the things that happen when you meet new people, and, if they can't accept you, if you're fucking weird or, then they can fuck off.
Well, and
friends come and go, and it doesn't matter, so,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the ones that matter will stay, and they'll stick around, and the ones who
don't make it hard for them. Don't make it fucking hard for them. That's the thing is,
that's
if you have a friendship that's difficult and you're fighting to keep it, don't be in that friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship should be easy without any obligation.
Mm-hmm. You accept each other,
and fun and lighthearted. You can get deep, but you don't always have to. It can just be lighthearted and fun. And if your friendship is not that way, don't do it. And I know that cutting toxic people out is really hard, but you will feel so much better when they're gone. You really will. And that's not just from recent experiences, my entire life. Just
you really kind of have to.
But there's also that testing period when you first meet someone where you have to kind of drop a punny, you gotta drop something a little weird to see how they'll react.
Yeah.
To find out, which I feel like you just never even tried.
What do you mean?
Because you don't want to come off as weird. So you wouldn't try to be weird or show your weird side with somebody because you didn't even want to bother with it.
Yeah.
But you should try. You should try to drop a little pun or a little ugly face and see if they push back. Do they play back with you? And then that's how you can identify if you found a friend.
Yeah, just basically don't waste your time on people who don't fucking matter to you and obviously don't care for you, and you probably you know what I mean? What's the word?
who don't value you?
Well, I don't want it to be like that, because then it sounds like someone, like, they have to be your fucking slave to be your friend. It's like, I'm not talking like that. I'm more talking like...
That don't vibe with you.
Yeah, just don't waste your time.
Yeah, if it doesn't click, don't
force it.
Yeah.
Don't force it.
Don't force it, and don't make friendships hard.
Yeah.
You know? And try to err on the side of compassion. A recent thing that I've been trying to do is to judge people based off of intention. Because I think I've already said this to you. But it's kind of like this thing where, you know, when you make a mistake and then you talk to yourself and you say, you know what? I know I made a mistake, but I had good intentions. I didn't mean to do that. My goal from the beginning was to do something positive. Yeah. And I failed at that, but I had good intentions, so I can forgive myself. Why is it that you can forgive yourself based off of your intentions, but you judge people based off of their actions? Like, if somebody did something fucked up to you, you'd be like, well, I don't care if they didn't mean it, or if they weren't trying to hurt me, they still did. And so I'm just, like, they fucked up, and that's that, and I'm mad at them. Like, no. You have to, if you're going to judge yourself based off of what you were trying to do. Well, it's not just that. It's also, you can only judge them that way if they're willing to apologize. Because some people, they're like, yeah, I did it. Like, yeah, true. Yeah, no, because like the other day I had an upset. Like, I was upset with a friend of mine that had said something that was hurtful to me. But I also think I was just, I was on day 1 of my new pack of birth control. I was feeling a little emotional. I had a lot going on, but for some reason, what he had said to me hurt my feelings a lot. And then I thought about it, and after a while I was like, but that wasn't his intention. Yeah. He was trying to be nice. He just doesn't know he doesn't know word karate. He doesn't know how to, like, say things in a way that aren't gonna offend. Like, he didn't mean to upset me, therefore I forgive him, because it was an intention thing. So that's my advice. That's another little snip. A little tidbit. Little titties bit. Ooh. Fondling with the nuts of puns, or whatever. Yeah. I said fiddling with the nuts of pun. Yeah. Of punnery. Yeah. Here are my Google searches this week. Well, the first 2 are about MP3 and MP4. Like, I don't know what those are, and I don't know how they work. So still go. So yeah. So yeah, there's that. Some kind of conversion for that. And then I have Cricarot Evolution, because I was trying to figure out the name of the next evolved form of a Cricarot. It's pretty much the same. It's like Crickertot. It's something stupid. Then I have Wendy's Chili, because I'm making a knockoff recipe for Wendy's Chili. And then Princess Polly, which is a clothing brand that I like. Alexa Chung Silk Brand Jacquard Dress Used, because I was trying to find this wedding dress that I think is beautiful. It's like $600. And not that I like think that that's a lot for a wedding dress. I just don't feel like, when Meto and I get married, we're just trying to do a little quick one, and we'll have a big wedding down the line. But for now, we're just trying to, like, get the knot tied, you know? Yeah. So, but I found this dress, I really liked it, so I was looking for a used one. Honey, I didn't find it. Refinery 29, I Googled that recently, because sometimes they have, like, articles of, like, oh, the 16 best wedding dresses of this year. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're ever looking for something and you can't find something cool, check Refinery 29 and do the search bar. And they have a lot of cool articles, and, like, they can kind of hook you up with, like, brands that maybe you didn't know about. Oh, yeah. That have, like, cute stuff. So and then Urban Outfitters so that's my Google search. I promise think I have anything. Usually my Google history is so much worse. It's, like, really weird and creepy. Yeah, I have nothing. But you're there. Yeah. So you just click in there. That's it? Yeah. I guess I haven't used it in a while, I guess. It sounds like you gotta start using it, girl. Yeah. What are your searches? Vulcanizing shop near me. What's a vulcanizing? I don't know. My mom told me to fucking Google it, because she's fucking... Well, I guess it's for cars, because we were gonna go out today and use one of the cars, but it was fucking... The tire was completely flat, and there was a big-ass nail in it, and then she told me to search up this so I can fucking get a thing. And then
I searched up a Brazilian blowout because I was trying to prove a point to my mom that she didn't know shit about Brazilian blowouts.
She knows about blowouts, but not about Brazilians or vice versa.
What? Gross!
And then what you got? Best Buy Instax Mini 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, I don't know what I have, but I have one of those little cameras.
Yeah, I want to get one. I'm trying to buy one.
We should keep the phone in the same place, yeah.
I'm trying to fucking buy one, but I actually want to just get a used one at this point because I can't see myself. I don't know. Every time I've had the money to buy it, I just never did because I was like...
I enjoy mine a lot.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like... But I'll only ever use it every now and then. But I'm sure you use yours more often. I don't. I wouldn't. I would use it for, like, special occasions.
Yeah, that's what I use it for, like, when I go out or when I go, like, travel or something, you know?
Yeah, then I want to get it because I'm going on an Asia tour soon. So I want to get one. I want to get a used one.
Okay, let's talk about that. You're going to Asia.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, I know I'm starting...
Episode 2. Stay tuned, everybody. Our 16,000 concurrent views, listeners.
Wow.
Yeah,
look
I know.
At us. Fuck.
We're killing the game.
I know that we're starting the Philippines first. Gonna stay there for a couple days.
Are you gonna visit your family?
Yeah. So we're starting there, and then...
She has a fluent family in the Philippines. Her grandma's like a rich woman who sends her ground up placentas to use on her face. when Nickname goes to the Philippines, she gets facial care stuff that you can't get in the US.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's
dead babies.
It's plant pussy.
Plant pussy?
Yeah, it's plant pussy. Yeah. Yeah, and I rub that shit on my face.
You look like
it's the
an infant, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's the only thing that works for me that doesn't fucking, like, crazy break me out. I have super sensitive skin, and I don't know, it's just very annoying. Anyway.
So we'll follow up on the Asian trip. You gotta tell me.
I know we're going to Singapore.
Philippines. You're going to Singapore? Are you gonna sing there while you're in Singapore?
What a dad joke. Wow.
Can we get a
fucking clap? Oh, wow.
Soundboard. My dog's slurping.
Yeah, we're gonna go there. They have a Hello Kitty amusement park that I want to die in.
Okay, I promise you that if you die and you get cremated, you should make a will, and it should say that you're supposed to give me a little bit of your dead ashes, and I will go sprinkle them there for you.
Oh, thanks. I'll put that in the note. What else?
The suicide note?
Yeah. I want it now.
Suicide is not funny.
Yeah.
Not funny at all.
No. I can attest to that.
Dead serious though.
No, I can attest to that though.
That's very offensive.
Yeah. I've been down that road. Yeah. Anyway.
We both just loosened our collars. So yeah,
wow.
Nickname's travel system is on the way.
Yeah, and
it's coming.
Oh, we're going to the Universal there and Disneyland. That's all I know so far.
That's going to be exciting. Okay, cool. I can't wait to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.